Yo, what's good, y'all? So, boom, we going straight into it. This is a video about what introverts are not telling you. There's a lot of things going on through our minds, and we're human beings. So at the end of the day, we're going to have empathy in regards to who we're dealing with, and just how we're feeling in regards to maybe the social interaction or the space or whatever energy we're in that we may not be comfortable with. Number one, this may just be a me thing, like real talk. So I don't want to necessarily lump this with introverts, but it could just be a me thing. But I feel like some introverts can relate to it. Is the fact that I need you to get to the point. Like when you're talking to me, I can't deal with too much fluff. Like if you're gonna be going all around the world with what you're saying, I'm toning out. I'm toning out because like I only have so much energy for any kind of social interaction. I can't just be going and going and going and talking to somebody for a long period of time. Like I'm not finna have a whole conversation with people. I do that if I absolutely have to, and I have an allotment of energy for that. But after that, it's done. I can't do it no more. No. I need you to get to the point, whatever you're saying, like get to the point as fast as you can, and then keep it pushing so that way we can continue having this conversation with whatever energy I have left for it. As an introvert, I just don't have energy like that for social interactions. It is what it is. Number two is the fact that we really hope people don't take our quietness like personally. Like it's not a personal thing that, oh, I don't want to talk too much when we having a conversation, or if we together or we linking or whatever, I don't talk much or I don't say much. It's just, that's who I am. Like as an introvert, it's who I am. I can't help that. I just cannot help the fact that I'm a more quiet individual. It's not because I don't like the company I'm in. It's not because I don't like the people I'm around. It's the fact that that's me. Like I don't got much to say. Like as an introvert, I don't have words to say like that. Like I have conversation topics in my head and I have things I want to speak about, but as an introvert, I don't really feel the need to do that. I don't feel the need to be social. Like I just do not. Like I swear to God, in my life, like it is what it is. Like I can't help that. I don't have that fire in me to want to go to a party or go to a club or even initiate conversation. It's really that serious, dead ass. Another thing I wish people would know that we're thinking but not gonna say is that being alone is a necessity. Like it is, I want to say, almost as important as breathing air. Like I need to be alone in order for me to recharge my battery. Like if I have been at a social gathering or some kind of event for a long period of time, eventually I'm gonna want to leave. Like for real, it is because of the fact that my battery's out, which means I no longer have the energy to put effort into this social interaction. I already didn't have a lot of energy to begin with, but like it just drains very fast because as an introvert, I just can't deal with social interactions for too long. I just can't do it. Like I really can't. I really, really, really can't. So being alone is a necessity. It's very, very vital for me to get back to who I am as a person, to then be able to be social again and do everything I gotta do that requires communication with other people. I need to be alone. This is not for debate. It is not for compromise. If you cannot deal with an introvert needing to be alone a lot of the time to recharge, you may not be compatible. It's what it is. I'm sorry. Like we need to be alone. Like I'm saying we need to be alone. Like dead ass. Like it's just something I have to do. Like I need to just be in my own space, be up in my car, vibe into some music or vibe into some thunderstorms or vibe into whatever it takes for me to get back to me and get back to a semi-social Sean, because I'm just always semi-social in the first place. But to get back to like, vibing in regards to just having the energy to interact with people, like dead ass, I need to be alone. I absolutely have to. Like my alone is a little bit different in regards to the fact that I have a wife and kids. So I don't necessarily mind being around them. That I can recharge around them 75% as efficiently as being alone, but for the most part, if it's not them, like I need it. And during social gatherings or whatever, where eventually I might just taper off by myself and just be chilling by myself, it's because of the fact that I'm trying to recharge while I'm still there. Like I don't want people to take that personally either. Like dead ass, like don't take that personally. Your introvert is not like disliking you, or they're not losing interest in you, or whatever. They just don't have the capacity like extroverts do in regards to just being social consistently. Eventually we gotta stop. Eventually we gotta taper off, or go to our room, or go to our safe place, or go to wherever we can get some peace and quiet, or just go to wherever we can be alone and recharge how we recharge respectively. Feel me? So that's that. Another thing that introverts are not telling you is the fact that our minds are definitely filled with a lot of thoughts. Don't think because we're quiet that means, oh, we're not thinking about nothing. We got a lot of different things we got on our mind that we are thinking about. It's just the fact that because we're introverts, that means that we don't have the urge to share what is on our mind. Like, I be thinking about quite a lot of different topics, yo, even when someone is speaking to me. And it's the fact that, I don't have the urge to talk too much, so I don't be sharing too much of myself. We definitely have a lot of shit on our mind. We're thinking quite a bit. Like, we're definitely thinking and analyzing quite a bit in regards to just a whole bunch of shit. It's just that as introverts, again, we're not social, so we don't really have the urge to share this stuff. That's the big difference between us and extroverts. Extroverts will come up to you and talk about whatever it is that's on their mind, and they have to get it out, and they don't really care how you take it or not. Like, it's just they're sharing themselves. Introverts don't have that urge. That urge doesn't exist within us, so that's why we just be keeping quiet most of the time, because it's like all this shit we are thinking about, we don't really feel like we need to share it. So why share it? It's really that simple, and it sounds mean. But again, these are things you don't take personal. Almost everything I say on this list, please, there are things you cannot take personally, because this is just how introverts are. Another thing that introverts are not telling you is the fact that we notice everything. Like, we observant as hell, like 100%. You can't expect somebody that's so quiet to not be observant. Like I said, like, we're not airheads. We're not like just there with no thoughts in our mind. Like, we are thinking about shit, bro. Like, we're thinking about quite a bit, and we notice everything. So we're noticing everything, and we analyzing that shit. Like, we are keeping logs of information in our minds, for whatever reason. Like, it's just what it is. Like, when you're so quiet, it's kind of like how you have the five senses, and then there's that thought that, oh, if one sense is gone, then the other four get heightened. It's kind of like that. Because we're not so expressive, a lot of our energy goes to analyzation and noticing everything and observation. That's a big part of being an introvert, though. Like, you notice everything. Like, you're not quiet for a reason. We're not quiet for no reason. Like, we quiet because we looking at everything. We noticing everything. Like we could probably even notice like subtle changes in the environment. Like, I mean, to a T. It's just what it is, because a lot of our processing power is going to that analyzation and observation. So it's crazy. I don't think introverts are just completely unaware and like not fucking around. Like, we not playing, bro. Like, we on timing. Like, we really on timing. Like, we're thinking about everything. Don't think we didn't know this shit. Don't think you slick. Don't think you got away with we peeped it. We definitely 100% peeped it. Dead ass. Don't think that people think, oh, because people are quiet that they not aware or they're not present. No. No. Ask me to repeat what you just said. I'll tell you what you said. Like, I'll tell you what you said. I'll give you the information back, because I was keeping it. It's the fact that I don't really care to talk when I don't necessarily feel like it. So that's why I didn't share it. But best believe I peeped it, and I heard it, and I analyzed it, and I logged it. For real, 100%. Another thing that introverts really don't like is being put on the spot. Like, I don't like spontaneous shit. Like, real talk. Like, surprise birthday parties. I'm an adult, so I can at the very least appreciate the effort. But best believe I'm not going to be very happy about like random spontaneous personal questions, or me being put on the spot for any reason, shape, or form. Like, I said in one of my previous videos in my story time about that lady in my office that was screaming at me in my previous job. Yeah, like, she had all eyes on us, yo. That shit blew minds. Like, I was so uncomfortable in that freaking situation. I don't like people looking at me. Like, I don't want all eyes on me for any reason. Like, I want to move in silence. My mother was a mother where like she was very easy to wake up, and if she woke up before she woke up naturally, she was a monster. So I learned as a kid to make sure to be very light on my feet. Like, I'm a bigger person, but I'm very light on my feet, because I do not like making sound. I don't like bringing attention to myself. I don't like doing anything that makes people want to dart their eyes at me for whatever reason. It's just how it is. Like, I would like to take up as least space as possible. And I mean this physically, and I think it's phonetically for sound. Like, I don't want to just, cause any kind of ruckus and have people's eyes on me. Like, it's just that simple. So yeah, and I feel like other introverts can definitely relate to that. Like, we are not social. We're not well, me personally, I'm not expressive, and a lot of introverts are not. And we just don't want attention onto us, like, seriously. So the fact that that attention means that, okay, now we're on the spot, we have to talk, and one, we didn't want to do this, and two, we're probably not even prepared. Like, even though we got a lot of thoughts in our head and shit, like, at the end of the day, it's like, can I compile these things into something that's coherent? Like, I need that. And being put on the spot is just, boom, there we go, glass broken, I'm done. Like, it's really that simple. And it sounds kind of sad, but it's like, that's the reality of an introvert. Like, we don't like being put on the spot. Spontaneity doesn't work. It doesn't work at all, period. Like, I don't want to be at a party and then, you know, I'm asked to talk in front of a crowd of people out of nowhere. Nah, man. And the last thing that introverts are not telling you is the fact that we would prefer everything in writing. Like, honest and truthfully, like, whatever you said to me, could you have texted it to me? Like, did this really have to be a phone call? Like, did this really have to be a Zoom call? Like, did this really have to be a whole me speaking out loud, like, audibly? Like, for real? We had to do that? Like, no. Like, come on. Conversations are so freaking uncomfortable. Like, it's crazy how uncomfortable it is. I hate, and then especially talking on the phone, because it's like, bro, talking on the phone is probably the worst way of communication, at least for me personally, and I feel like a lot of introverts could relate to that, because of the fact that it's like, bro, a lot of times people might call you, and then for some strange reason they want you to hold the conversation, and it's like, you called me, I don't have nothing to say. I never have anything to say. If you knew me as a person, you would know that I never have anything to say. And then, you know, it's like, bro, this could have been text. It's clear you didn't have much to say, so you could have just texted this to me, and then we could have kept it pushing. Why the fuck you gotta hop on a Zoom call? Why we gotta be on a video call? Why we gotta do that? Like, oh, Jesus Christ! Like, it's this is the nuances of being an introvert, you know, in a world that's more so extroverted. Is this shit right here? Like, that, yo, people love to hear themselves talk, I feel like. Or more extroverted people like hearing themselves talk. Like, you know, I do like the sound of my own voice, because, you know, it's my voice and I do like myself. But at the same time, it's like, I don't care to talk and have other people hear my voice. Like, I don't, why? I text everything. I'll send emails for everything, bro. Like, I'm not doing no, if I can avoid it, I will avoid Zoom calls. I will avoid talking on the phone as much as humanely fucking possible. And it's really that serious. And I'm sorry for cursing, but I have to emphasize the point that introverts would definitely prefer things in writing. Like, I would definitely prefer you text me over calling me any day of the week. Like, straight up, just text me, son. Text, please, just send me a text. Like, real talk. Like, that's exactly how introverts feel. Like, we just would love you to just not force us into talking on the phone, or force us into video calls, or force us into unnecessary communication. I'm going to think a little bit less of you because you did this to me. Like, you really inconvenienced me this much, man. Like, it is what it is. Like, just write things. Like, I think I said that in my first video. Just write things. Text, email, Slack, you know, whatever writing tool you need to use, do that. WhatsApp, whatever. Like, I definitely prefer that over talking on the phone or talking, period. Straight up. But at the end of the day, we are thinking these things, and maybe I could help somebody out there just respect their introvert a little bit more in regards to just who they are as people. You know, at the end of the day, I guess I'm always saying, we all individuals, and introverts are individuals that just are not extroverted in an extroverted world, but this is who we are, and we here. Feel me? All right, y'all, take care.